Hello, I'm Calvin Morris and I'm here today to review Doctor Who Series 8 Episode 10 In the Forest of the Night. A title to an episode that's really messing with your head as it all takes place in broad daylight. In this episode, Danny takes this class on a school trip. The world is overrun by a forest and Danny finds out Clara's been lying to him about the amount of time she's been spending with the Doctor. So, let's review Doctor Who. So this episode is once again set on Earth. You know, I'm going to title this series of Doctor Who the Doctor Who Earth Saga. Okay? I have no choice. They've left me no option. This is Doctor Who the Earth Saga. It's just, it's unnecessary. Okay? It's just totally unnecessary. The opening tease, we see a little girl running with a red jacket on, and it's sort of a play on Little Red Riding Hood, and she's running and she finds the TARDIS and she meets the Doctor, tells the Doctor, you know, that she had a thought that Clara was told her to find him. He realises after talking with her and checking things and clicking a few buttons in the TARDIS, and she drags him outside, realises that all of London has been overgrown by a forest. And then when he checks, it's not just London, it's the entire planet. It's the entire planet, including the oceans, for some reason, because the oceans are prone to being overgrown by trees. Don't understand that. Maybe they were just trying to make some sort of artistic impression. I don't know. It just looked naff. Goes to the museum where Danny Pink is taking the school kids on a trip. What that has to do with maths, I don't know, because he's supposed to be a maths teacher. And even when he's teaching PE, it still has absolutely nothing to do with the Natural History Museum. I don't know what to say about this episode. I really don't know what to say about this episode. This episode was more about the kids of Coal Hill School than anybody else. This was really about them having an outing with the Doctor, sort of. Not a lot happens in this episode. Really, not a lot happens in this episode. If I had to say what the story was about, I would probably say it's some sort of eco-warrior friendly show about how trees are going to help us. I don't know. They work out that the character of Maeve, who was supposed to be with the rest of the school kids, has gone missing, and that the Doctor has found her, and she's with the Doctor and she's safe. So they all go off to meet the Doctor and Maeve. There's a sort of Little Red Riding Hood, Hansel and Gretel thing going on there. All the stuff where there's wild animals chasing them and all that sort of thing. They work out then that there's a solar flare that's going to destroy the planet. So there's something weird going on with Maeve, because she's already predicted the solar flare and the trees. The Doctor's worked it out that there's something going on with her. Other people seem to think that she's medicated and that she should be getting her medication, and that the Doctor's wrong, and because she's spouting stuff all the time, and that's just what she's done because her sister's gone missing. Her sister Annabelle has gone missing and she is gone nuts. She's doing this all the time and she has to be on medication to make it stop, and it's time to shut her up. And the Doctor thinks otherwise. I'm not sure whether or not they're indicating whether or not Maeve is supposed to be psychic in this episode. I don't know. There's these little nuggets whereby she's seeing things, and there's these thoughts flapping around that she picks up on. I don't know whether or not she's supposed to be psychic. I can't tell. Even after watching the episode completely, I'm still left in the dark as to why it's her that's picking up on these thoughts. Why you know, what is it about her that's making them pick up on these thoughts, and I still don't have a clue. What else can I say about this episode? The character of Ruby. The character of Ruby is the most annoying kid I've ever met, and I haven't met her. So, do I want to, you know, lock her in a cupboard and bury her in the ground? Probably. Just to make her shut up, you know? Just shut up. Nothing wrong with the actress. The young actress playing her was, you know, doing what she was told. But man, it was annoying. I mean, really, it was take a brick, put the brick in a custard pie, and then ram it in her face. Annoying. I didn't like that at all. I mean, it just got on my tump. The Doctor is taken back to the TARDIS with all the kids. All the kids are then shuffled aside. Clara says she doesn't want to be the last of her kind. And says the Doctor's got to go into the box, so it's time for the Doctor to be saved by the humans. And the Doctor turns around and references Kill the Moon, where he says, "This is my world too." Yada 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 yada. And they walk off. So then I genuinely, this episode is a real tough one to review, because there's not a lot happens in this episode. There's really not a lot. You take out the wolves chasing them, you take out the tigers, it's just people wandering around a forest. It literally is just people wandering around a forest. It's a forest that sprung up overnight, and you know, when you find out the actual explanation as to why the forest has sprung up overnight, it kind of annoys me. Okay, it does annoy me. This episode was starting to go places, it was starting to do things, and like a lot of the episodes of this series, gets halfway through the episode and suddenly the story dive bombs. And that's exactly what happens in this episode. It's shocking how bad this story deflates. They're on about the defoliating agent that's going to be spread around to kill all the leaves off the trees. That's not going to make a blind bit of difference. There is no chemical agent on this planet probably that you would be able to cover everything in. I mean, it was right the way around the globe. We haven't got the manpower to do it, we haven't got the machinery to do it, we definitely haven't got the chemicals to do it. Not the entire planet, and not in the amount of time that it was going to take. So I don't really think there would have been anything to worry about to begin with. I like the fact that the Doctor references the Tunguska explosion of 1908. For other sci-fi fans, you may also recognise that reference as being the one from Ghostbusters, where Raymond Stantz mentions it, but he does say that it's of 1909. He is wrong there, however, because Doctor Who got it right. It is the Tunguska explosion of 1908. And it's a real event. So that was quite nice, but yeah, you know, things that I didn't like about this episode were everything. There was nothing really. The kids were good in it. Danny was good in it. Clara was good in it. The usual stuff. But it all comes down to the story, and literally nothing happens. This is one of those adventures of Doctor Who that, you know how we don't see all the adventures that the Doctor goes on? That he's gone off and done something, and then he comes back at the start of another episode, and the TARDIS lands, and the companion says, you know, well, where have you been? Well, this is one of those episodes whereby we're actually getting to see the adventure he goes on, which we don't normally see. And this is why. Because it's nothing. Absolutely nothing. I mean, literally, the Doctor does nothing. The planet is okay. It's crap. It's total crap. This planet magically saves itself. Okay? This is Doctor Who trying to apply to a pre-teen audience now. This isn't just pre-teen. This is Doctor Who trying to apply to pre-10-year-olds. Okay? and it's doing a bad job because it's insulting people's intelligence. This is saying that no matter how bad things get, magic will save you. No. No, 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 no. No. That is not responsible storytelling. Okay? And to make out those claims that everything's gonna be fine and everything's gonna magical save you. This isn't the world of Harry Potter, okay? I know the Doctor carries around this magic wand which can almost do anything and everything, but he's not Harry Potter. And to claim that the planet will save itself from any catastrophe is bullcrap. It's total bullcrap. It didn't save the dinosaurs. It didn't stop that asteroid from exploding over Russia 2 years ago. It's total nonsense storytelling. Total utter nonsense storytelling. Not only that, but after the event has happened, all the trees just magically flicker away. And it just left a bad taste in my mouth. This story really left a bad taste in my mouth. It went nowhere. It went nowhere. It done nothing for 45 minutes. It didn't matter if the Doctor was there or not because the planet was automatically safe according to the magical trees. It was just lame. It was just a real lame episode. This episode was more about the kids and Clara and Danny than anything else. And again, it was just really bad storytelling. That's all I can say. And the icing on the cake, when you think this episode couldn't fill you up with more bull crap than ever before, a tree magically disappears and Maeve's sister Annabelle is hidden inside the bush. I'm out. No, seriously. I'm out. I'm done. I can't. You little bastard. I cannot put up with that. That is terrible. Okay? The story here was of a little girl who had gone through a traumatic event and she had lost her sister and the world was in peril and she was dealing with a hell of a lot of things and a hell of a lot of issues. And this could have been a story which said, look, I know things are bad, but there is somebody there for you. There is somebody there to help you. There will always be somebody there to help you. Your mother is there for you, and if that's all you've got, then that's all you've got, but she is there for you. And it could have been, but no. Her sister magically appears at the end of the episode. I wished somebody, aside from being an eco-warrior's dream and living in this fantasy, magical, the earth will save itself, we don't need technology, everything will be fine, and don't worry if anybody goes missing because they will all show up for someday. No, I'm sorry. I can't cope with that. That is... I sat through 45 minutes of absolutely nothing happening for this shit to happen at the end. I can't put up with it. This episode is bad. Bad for everything that... every form of storytelling there is. This episode is just a complete waste of time where nothing happens. I've got nothing else to say. I really am. This episode really just annoyed me. So, that's my review of Doctor Who.